Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? You are knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying the evolution of your own personal desire? Do you believe that you are up to speed with your own desire? Well, when you are up to speed with it, it doesn't necessarily mean that your desire is already manifested, but it does mean that you feel good when you think about it. It means that it is thrilling to you or interesting to you, or you are eager about it. But if you have desire about something and you feel doubtful, that doubt doesn't feel good, does it? Or if you feel disappointed because it's taking too long, that disappointment doesn't feel good, does it? So it really is about figuring out how to remain optimistic and eager about your desire, because there will always be another and another and another and another. You will always be in a place, because you are an eternal creator. There will always be another not yet manifested desire. You're just not ever going to get it done. And so if you have a pattern of being unhappy about the not yetness of the not yet manifested desire, so that you sort of move about in disappointment or jealousy that it is happening for others more quickly, or anger at yourself or someone else that you think stands in the way of what you want, then you hold yourself not feeling good much of the time, when the whole point of being here, the whole point of being this leading edge deliberate creator, is so that life can continue to inspire you to something more meaning something that has not yet manifested, so that you can find the fun, the thrill, the satisfaction of contouring your expectation to match your desire. Expectation is such a wonderful concept, because expectation includes what you desire and what you believe, all wrapped together. So if you have a positive expectation about something, not only does it mean that whatever you're focused upon is in the process of becoming more quickly, but it also means that you're happy in the process of it becoming. And that's really the whole point. We know that sometimes, often, nearly always, that you believe that you would feel better once you have the manifestation that you're reaching for. And we are not in disagreement with that, because we know that when things flesh out fully, when the vibration is turned to a thought and the thought is turned to a thing, and you're experiencing it, you're spending the money, or you're with your lover, or you are experiencing whatever it is that you've been wanting, we know that when it has manifested in a way that you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it, we know that that's the best of it. That's what you've come for. This manifestation is the fullness of the creation that you are about. But you cannot be one who needs to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it before you feel good about it, because it's the feeling good about it, it's the anticipation of it, that helps those vibrations turn to thoughts, and those thoughts turn to things. You have to be wondering, since you are understanding that you do create your own reality. Do you understand that? Once you understand that you do create your own reality, you have to understand that this is a vibrational basis that we are all a part of. And while action is certainly a part of the joyful experience of life in your physical body, in this leading edge time and space, the action is not what makes things happen. It's just the delicious way that you get to participate in the things that you have caused to happen through your vibrational focus. Often when we begin to speak at first with our physical friends, they are not well versed in the dialogue of vibration, because you are so good at translating vibration into physicality that you don't even know you're doing it. The reason that you see with your eyes is because you're translating vibration even what you smell or feel with your fingertips or hear or taste. These are all vibrational translations or interpretations. And so we want to begin by reminding you that this is a vibrational universe and that you are a vibrational being, and that this vibrational universe is managed by a powerful law. We are calling it the law of attraction, which simply means that whatever you are broadcasting is what you are also attracting. That whatever you are broadcasting causes you to set up a vibrational frequency, if you will, that equals what comes back to you. And nothing can come back to you that isn't a match to what you are broadcasting. So if you are like most people, you are broadcasting a sort of range of things. In other words, sometimes you're happier than others. Sometimes you feel better about something. Sometimes you look right at something that you don't want. And the thing that goes wrong with most of our human friends is that you believe in the power of the word or the concept of no. No. You believe that by saying, do not do that, do not come to me, do not ever do that again, I do not want that, that something will hear you and mind you. But in this vibrational universe that is managed by the powerful law of attraction, when you say no to something, it is equivalent to saying, come to me, this thing I do not want. When you look at the absence of something that you want, when you think you're talking about prosperity, but what you're really looking at and feeling is the absence of it, you are broadcasting a vibration about the absence of something that you want, which means the presence of something that you want cannot come to you. And that's the part that it takes a little bit of practice and mindfulness in order to really become adept or master your point of attraction, because the word of anything or the idea of anything is really like a stick with two ends of it: wanted and absence of what is wanted. And so sometimes when you're speaking of something that you want but feeling the absence of it, you're broadcasting in opposition to what you want. And that's what's so frustrating, because it feels to you like you've been asking for it. Why is it not coming? And the reason it isn't coming in the majority of cases is because you're focused upon what is, which doesn't include it. And as long as you're focused upon what is, which doesn't include it, it can't be included in your experience. And so you have to become a little less reality focused. You have to become a little less willing to speak it exactly like it is, because if you speak it exactly like it is, what is cannot change, because you get what you think about whether you want it or not. So we want to help you be more aware of whether you're speaking and feeling about the presence of what you want or about the absence of what you want. Because in your mind, since it feels like one subject, you may think that every time you ask for money, that money ought to be coming to you. But if you're asking for money while you're feeling deprivation, if you're asking for money while you're feeling in debt, if you're asking for money while you feel overwhelmed, then you're broadcasting something opposite of what you're asking for, and what you're asking for simply cannot come to you. You are more than these physical bodies that you see and know as you. And you are magnificent in your physicalness, but there is a larger part of you who is present with you all the time. Sometimes you refer to that part of you as your soul. We like to call it your source or your inner being. It's the part of you that existed before you came into this physical body, who exists now, non-physically focused, and who is aware of everything that you are about all day, every day. When you are having a conversation with someone, your inner being is there with you. And you can tell by the way you feel if your inner being's opinion about what's going on right now matches your own. In other words, your inner being is present with you, knows the whole of you, and most important of all for this discussion of deliberate creation, knows who you are and all that you have already become vibrationally. And what we mean by that is, every time you've been sifting through a situation in life, and from the situation you've come to a conclusion about what would be better. Someone's rude, you want a nicer world. You're rude, you want a nicer world. You don't have enough money, you would like more money. Anytime you are having a situation where you are focused, you are at all levels of your being coming to personal conclusions about what you would prefer. And these preferences are radiating from you. This is the most important thing that we want you to hear. You are broadcasting a signal that the universe is responding to. So life is causing you to broadcast these signals of desire. And we've been calling them rockets of desire because they radiate from you and they have attraction power. It's the vibrational essence of what you want. It actually creates a vibrational reality. And the reason that we call it a vibrational reality is because it is a reality. Just because you can't yet translate it through your physical senses does not mean that it does not exist. And if we can help you to be aware of this vibrational reality, of the expansion that you have already taken vibrationally, you might not yet have let yourself catch up with it physically, but you have evolved and expanded and you have created a vibrational reality. We want so much for you to understand the realness, the existence of this vibrational reality, that we began calling it a vibrational reality. Then we began calling it a vortex. It's this real vibrational spaceless. Esther draws circles on the floor with it so that you can get a sense of it. We wrote a whole book about it, Getting into the Vortex. We want you to understand that this vibrational reality is real and it precedes everything that manifests into your experience. So once you have created this vibrational reality, when you practice the vibration of what's there, you're in a sort of receptive mode that then helps you to translate the vibration into things. That's just how it all works. There is nothing that ever comes to you that doesn't come by and only by your vibrational invitation. There is no assertion in this law-based, attraction-based universe. So if you are willing to accept that you are the creator of your own reality, and that you do it by the thoughts that you think and the words that you speak, by your broadcasting, that what you are broadcasting causes you to create a signal that has momentum, and eventually that momentum is strong enough that it begins to translate into ideas, into visualizations, into words, into thoughts, into rendezvous, into experiences that result in the real life experience. You want to call that the real life manifested experience. You mostly, and it's all right, don't want to call it a real life experience until it's out there vivid enough that others can see it too. We would like you to begin to accept the realness of the vibrational reality that is in the process of becoming.